Well, welcome to our final design project of Jig and Fixture course. This is our final jig design for drilling jig. I am Joe Lian, and my teammate Ahwin Joe will present our final designs. So here's our text. The text is to drill 0.19-inch, two holes through the workpiece. The workpiece with a cylindrical shape with a hole in the center. So for the given text, we designed a jig plate together with the support and locator plate as shown here. So first of all, we have a plate jig. This is a simplest form of the jig, and we will insert two press-fit bushings in the jig plate to ensure the alignment and precise drilling. And here's another important thing, which is the stack in the middle. The stack is to connect the jig plate and the supporter plate, and they will sandwich the workpiece in the middle. We'll show the details figures in the next slides. We have another things, the dowel pins. They're not necessary, but we'll make sure that they are versatile anywhere. They can be used anywhere. For example, we can insert them in a workbench in some certain workshops and make sure the supporter plate is aligned and stable throughout the operations. So here, first of the most important things is our base plate. Basically, this is support plates together with the locator shapes. So we use a spherical locator because there's a center hole in the workpiece, and there will be the threaded in the middle because we will install the stat, mount the stat in the middle of the locator, which will later connect to the jig plate. We have the two stages of the you see like the steps. The first step is to lift the workpiece from the bottom of the plate so that the drilling bit cannot touch the workplate once we finish the drilling through the workpieces. So here's the step. The idea of the stack is to connect together, connect the support plate and the jig plate together. There to sandwich the work pieces in the middle so that the middle jig plate cannot move whatever the tooling force acting on the work pieces. So we have four double pins inserted in the holes of the supporter plate. And they ensure the precise alignments and prevent any movement during our drilling operations. So the things is the most important things in our design, which is a jig plate. We create this because our load side is only 150, and we assume that we have limited budget, so we create a simple jig plate here. As shown, there are the two holes on each side of the plate, and with another thread hole in the middle, which will the stat, which come from the bottom plate will connect with these jig plates. And we make sure there will be another jig bushing mounted on the triplet. So we'll use a standard press bit bushings to make sure the drilling bit align with the hole locations and to prevent the bit from any undesirable wandering or bending, etc. So I'll show you now the animations of how our jig design can be assembled and how our jig design can be used in action. So as we'll see here, there is the dowel pin inserted. The stat is clamping the workpiece together with the jig plate and the locator support. So for now, my teammate will continue the presentations.
Okay, so before I talk about the tooling breakdown, I'd like to talk about the alternative option that we consider before we start this project, which is called the leaf jig, which is our other alternative that we consider. For this project, we consider just simple plate jig is because for the leaf jig, we have to mm, uh, construct in the manufacturing lab, and it has to cost it. We assume that it will cost a lot more than we imagine. So there are a lot of pros and cons of this leaf jig. The first one is that it has the faster loading and unloading time than our plate jig because our plate jigs need to start and fasten. And for the con, it has higher manufacturing costs and longer lead time. So these are the pros and cons of the another alternative, and we will use this leaf jig in comparisons of the prices. Okay, for the next one, I would like to talk about is the tooling breakdown. For the tooling breakdown section, for the first tool is press fit, press fit function, tower blade, and start. All three will be buy from the online. We consider finding on Shopee and we find same prices. But right now, I would like to talk about is size that we are going to use in our designs. So first of all, for the press fit version, we're going to use 0.19-inch size, and the height is going to be like 3 divided over 8. So yes, we are going to use that side of inch, and we'll use two press fit version because there is going to be two hole on the plate jig. And for the materials, we're going to use the high carbon steel. And for the stud and dowel plane, for stud, we're going to use the M12 and height of 35 millimeter, which is made of express. And dowel plane, we're going to use 4 dowel plane of each corner of our supporter plate. And its dimension is going to be N5 with 50 millimeter stainless steel. So these are just assumption material that will provide from the source. And for the jig plate and locator block, we're gonna make it on the workshop. And for the jig plate, it's gonna be made of aluminum. This is what we think about. And for the locator blocks, we're gonna use A2, 82S, and we're going to be, as we can see, there is already show the dimensions of both jig plate and locator block on the presentation slide. So we'll move to the next part, which is a comparison of worksheet. Comparison of worksheet. So for this case, we'll compare between no jig, plate jigs, and leaf jig. So no jig means we're not gonna, for this case consideration, we're not gonna think about the tool cost because we're gonna use the professional and he will do the production of all the production of this workpiece. And so our lot size is 150. That is not quite a lot. So from our calculation and stuff, we can find that no jig only takes, for no jigs, like only professionals will do it, will take an hour to finish 8 work pieces. For plate jig, it will generate 20 workpiece in 1 hour, and for the leaf jig, it will be the most because it has a higher loading and unloading time. So it's gonna be, it can generate more. So as we can see, it will generate 30 parts per hour. So there are also a labor cost. For no jig, it will only cost 68.75. But for plate jig and leaf jig, it will cost less than that. So for plate jig, it will only cost 50 baht, and for leaf jig, it will only cost 50 baht because for both cases, we are considered to use the and scale labor. And for the no jig section, we need to use the scale labor. So after considering the total cost is gonna be for no jig is 1,375 baht, plate jig is gonna be 1,075 baht, and leaf jig cost the most is 7,750 baht. So as we can see in the total cost comparison, our design plate jig has the least expensive one among them, and it can generate more parts than also no jig. So break-even point will reach at 350 piece of work or peak generation. And for the leaf jig and no jig comparison, it's gonna be 600. So plate jigs gonna reach the break-even point faster than the no jig, and it will cost less than the leaf jig. So this is our cost worksheet. For our cost worksheet, this is the detail of how we're gonna spend our money and how many that we need to generate our locator and locator base plate and jig. So for the locator block, we only take 0.5 hour, and for threading and stuff, it's gonna take 0.2 and it will cost around 100 baht. And for the plate jig, overall construction, it will take around 1 hour and it will cost 80 baht. And for stud, tower pin, breastfeed, cushion, all that will be ordered from the other source. So we will think about for the stud, we estimate that it will cost around 50 baht per each. And for the tower pin, it will cost around 25 per each. So total is going to be 100 baht. So for breastfeeding cushion, we are going to only use two. So it will cost, we will think also 50 baht. So it's going to be like around 100. So for the assembly and inception, we going to take like half an hour. So for the design, it's only take an hour. So total for the labor hour is going to be 3.7 hours. And for the total cost will be around 430 baht. So as we can see, there's also the labor expense that we got from the Google. And most of them are shown. For 2.7 hour for 50 baht is for fabrication process. For fabrication labor, it will cost around 135 bahts, and 1 hour at 135 is for design engineer. So all of the total will lead to 700 baht, which is aligned to our previous slide mentioning about the total cost of production. So this is the video that we got the idea to create this design for plate jig. So this is what we got reference here. So as we can see, this is how this is kind of similar to our design, but we are a little bit different than this because we sandwich the workpiece with the support class locator and jig, and the workpiece is in between, and we will make it stable with stud and other dowel pins to make sure that it will not move during our process. So okay, fine scale. So this is for all of our presentation and design. Thank you for your attention, Arjan, and I wish you have a great day.